Drew-Smith, Chair of the NALS Board. And Sheila, sold out event today. You must be absolutely thrilled, but I think it must be because the speakers and the themes have really resonated with the agents.
Yes, we're absolutely delighted. Not only have we sold out the places, but we've got many stands, and probably more than we could have accommodated. And you're right. I mean, I think the speakers and the topics have both resonated, but I think also reflected a lot of the concerns that the agents in the sector are feeling at the moment, because they're dealing with new issues with the Immigration Act coming in. It's unknown. We don't know how that will operate. There's new initiatives coming through with the Consumer Rights Bill being sponsored by DCLG, and that too will bring implications in its train for agents. And also agents want to get together and talk to other people, like-minded people, share information and have a bit of fun.
Absolutely. And this morning, I think we could actually say it was quite controversial, but in a very positive way, because the agents had very pertinent questions to some of the speakers from government, and it really created a very healthy and robust debate.
Yes, I think it did, and I was seriously impressed by the research and evidence that the people from the floor, as it were, brought to the discussion. And I also equally think it was rather brave of the Home Office to bring 4 people along, but because in the sense that they wanted to hear what people have to say.
Yes.
They're collecting evidence for their own evaluation and research, and that matters because that will help inform policy. So it's important that the industry, and not just represent people who are here today, but people in a wider scenario, contribute to that debate and make sure the Home Office and the advisory group hear what's being said by the people who are actually doing it on the front line.
And this event can actually be part of that process, can't it? Because the representatives from government said that they were taking on board all the comments and concerns.
Yes, I understand that, and inevitably they have to take soundings, not just from people that they're doing and their more structured research, but they have limited resources, and they will attend conferences and events like this and pick up information that way. So it's equally important for agents to get out there and speak and make sure their voice is heard.
It's really been a day of two halves, because this morning was much more the kind of industry and compliance side, and then this afternoon was much more kind of the inspirational and sort of sending people away on a high.
Absolutely, and we have to recognise the fact that that agents are operating in a difficult business environment. There are still challenges financially in terms of how they grow their businesses. They need time to reflect, and it's great people come here today to reflect on how they can grow their business, how they can develop, and as we heard with one of the speakers, how can they can develop themselves and have that wonderful balance between life and business. They're very difficult to achieve, but good to hear from people who've done it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And just to finish, Sheila, what do you hope people will take away from what was made available here today? The networking, the speaker input. It's been a very rounded day for agents.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. That's what we've tried to achieve. I think the one thing I'd like people to take away is the importance of dialogue, of talking to people and sharing views, to do it in a structured way, that treating each other with respect, that you can have very different views, but you can express it. I think what I'd like to do, I hope, is people will also think forward to the coming year and try and just reflect on what the key issues that are going to come through, because we have the election period coming up. There will be statements in various umpteen manifestos about housing, about the private rented sector, and I think it's important that agents think forward and possibly help to contribute to that debate.
And also, if they are not a member of a professional body, to consider joining NALS, because the amount of support here for NALS from government, from the Ombudsman, from the Tenancy Deposit Protection Services has been absolutely phenomenal, and you must be very proud of that.
I'm very pleased with that, because speakers from the platform actually mentioned us, not just NALS but also Safe Agent.
Yes.
And I think it's also is providing us with an opportunity to raise other issues which we think are important for the sector, like client money protection. So I think there's more for us to do in 2015.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Sheila. And we've been talking to Sheila Drew-Smith, the chair of the NALS board here at the NALS Conference 2014.
Thank you.